Hey friends, this is probably our last garden tour of the season. Can you imagine it? It is mid of October. We wanted to do it already a little bit earlier, but it was always raining on the weekends, which was really hard, as you know, I film on the weekends. But I definitely want to show you the beautiful setup which we have here with the dahlias still. They are still cranking, so everything else doesn't look great anymore, but the dahlias here are a hit. So we'll just go a little bit around. Tomorrow I'm going to hack down a lot of flowers. Like my zinnias here, they're completely full of powdery mildew, which we don't need to distribute in the garden. And most of the summer veggies are done, as you will see. But as I promised, we'll see always the good, the bad, and the ugly here together. So let's have a look. Let's just look at a few of my favorite dahlias. So, you know, I'm a huge fan of Cozy Town, right? The Cozy Town baby cakes over here. It came later than last year for me, but it's still one of my favorite ones with like that unicorn look and feel of it, how it fades in the colors. It's one of my favorites, and I'm hoping it is such a prolific tuber producer as it was last year. When we go a little bit further, we have here my Foxy Lady. This one is always a stunner, and what I love about it is how you can mix it with peachy colors because of this yellow undertone, but then also with all of your pinks and blush. This literally goes with any type of bouquet I make. I always pop a few ones in, and as you can tell, it's really a prolific producer, so you get a lot of blooms out of it. And then here, they're now taller than I am, and I'm not short. I'm like 5'10". My blizzards over here, this is the most prolific white dahlia. Don't look too close, they are they're chopped on by the bugs, but a really great long stemmed white dahlia. And if you follow me for a while, you know that I am a sucker for white dahlias or white blooms in general. So I love those ones hard. So a lot of blooms and a lot of cutting to keep them going here. We have here some sweet Natalie with some bugs or with some pollinators in it. They are always very well loved as well. And as we are so late in the season now, you can see a lot of the blooms have already the green centers. It's just what happens when the temperatures cool. When we go a little bit over to this side here, I have one peaches and cream, which comes always out as an orange one, which is funny. You can still see a few of the original color spots in it, but yeah, I still like it because it always goes with those varieties. A few more whites and two really pretty ones, which were new for me today or this year. The yellow one is the Bloomquist Golden, and the white one is the Bloomquist Brother. I gotta say, they're really truly not made for any type of bouquets, but the pollinators love them. When you see my Instagram feed, you see a lot of pictures with bumblebees in those pretty blooms, and they love them really a lot. So I most likely will transfer them next year into the other flower bed to have a little bit more space here for the cut flowers. But they are so pretty and so well loved by the pollinators. I could not get rid of it even if I wanted to. Then we have here a few more white ones. A Bloomquist Compare coming up. Those are my favorite ones as well. So as you can see here, I don't have really color coordination or anything this year. I just planted it as I felt like. And one of my seedlings here turned red. As you can tell, red is not super my color, but this one is pretty too. And yeah, but then this was the pretty corner of the garden so far. When we go and see here, the cosmos is pretty much done. If you saw my seed saving video from last week, you will see that we saved plenty of seeds. So if you want to join our seed share later, probably around Thanksgiving, check out the link to the newsletter in the description. So I'll let everybody know when that comes around. I love to share my seeds with the community and everyone who followed me along in the season. One thing I really enjoyed this year is to see how well my rows populated the archway here. It looks a little bit wild here, and I will cut a few branches back later expect probably tomorrow to make it a little bit more tidy before the heavy fall winds, but this rose provided me such joy this year, and especially like really now populating the arch and blooming, and we still have blooms coming here, as you can tell. So it's really, really a joy to watch that one. This is a David Austin Bathsheba one. Beautiful, unfortunately not a scent, but that's fine, you can't have it all. But then when we move a little bit along here, let's move into the Hot Mess Express, which will get cut down tomorrow as well. You know, here the squash tunnel, which was so prolific all summer long with all the rain we had, and the early disease for that or spread with that rain is really mostly like powdery mildew on the side where the squash is, and I think blight on the side of the tomatoes. So that gets all cut down. I'll harvest what there's left to harvest, and there's a lot of mosquitoes out here as well with all the moisture we had this year. So yeah, I'm just ready for it to be done. As when you look a little bit closer, it's really not a pretty view. Speaking of not pretty views, same with this tomato bed. It has produced very well, even though I crowded it out a lot. But yeah, as you can tell, they are almost done. Also very diseased. Although the new growth looks fine on it, which came pushed hard on it. But yeah, no, there is no point in holding on to it because the temperatures are already too cool. We have still a couple of eggplants on the eggplant, which decided to shoot up another 1.5 feet or so in the last 3 weeks for whatever reason. And yeah, so we'll see what we can harvest from those remaining sad tomatoes hanging on this, but this is pretty much done. Same for the peppers. They all got the blight from the tomatoes. Again, with all of that rain, it's really, really hard to contain it. And in normal years, I would have been a lot more vigilant of like cutting it out early, but I was just not here and available to do that with the due diligence I usually apply for it. So it is what it is. I cut already out the ground cherries because they were also diseased and wild now. And yeah, you can bet with me how many seedlings we will have next year around from those. But it is what it is. One bed which will stick around here is my fall bed, which is planted with mostly daikon, radish, and some beets in the middle and some tatsoi on the right. And you'll see shortly why I'm so glad that I put some netting over it, because in the other bed we'll see how badly the cabbage whites got after it. But it's, yeah, what it is. So this is the bed which I was talking about. We have some arugula in the corner, a lot of radishes and daikon radish in the middle, and then some carrots which are looking great in the corners, and also a couple beets now that I look at it. Yay, a couple of beets coming through. So this bed was planted out. I would need to go back to my notebook, but I think a couple months ago, like 50 to 60 days or so. And yeah, they're doing well, except again that the cabbage whites were going hard on them. So I sprayed a little bit of BT over it to just get it managed, but now they're fine. And I actually harvested a few ones. When you look below here, you can see they're coming. Probably should have thinned them out a little bit better, but they're coming, and we have even some sizable ones already here. Yeah, so, but they need a frost to really taste good. Otherwise, they are very, very spicy still from their taste. So once they get like some exposed to some colder temperatures, they get a lot more sweeter from a taste. So I'm waiting for that. Temperatures haven't been dropping down below 40 or brushing 39 so far at night, and it doesn't look like the next 10 days will go anywhere deeper than that. But yeah, we'll ride it out. And then this bed over here gets taken down as well tomorrow. When you look a little closer again, the powdery mildew is everywhere. with the falling temperatures, all that like white cover is powdery mildew. And this is also the bed which should get the garlic. So I need to plant out my garlic, so this bed has to go. I was hoping I can get a little bit more time out of it because I have a lot of immature squashes still sitting there, but yeah, even if I let them be, I don't think I have enough time left to actually let them ripen out. I do have like 5, 6, 7 which are good to go and which I will cure inside. How you always cure squashes is you have them in like 80 degrees or over 70 degrees, which is what we typically have at home in the kitchen when the sun is shining in, so they ripen the skin nicely, so for consumption then and for good storage life. So we'll do that with everything, but then the rest will be gone, and we'll plant out some garlic probably tomorrow or next weekend as well. So if you don't have your garlic, go get it and make sure you're ready to plant that soon. All right, this was a little bit of a shorter garden tour. As you can tell, a lot of things are winding down here, but I hope you enjoy one more view here of the dahlias. We'll probably have a couple more videos coming up with dahlia content on how to dig them when they're done, etc. And a review of what were my favorite varieties this year in terms of like growth and persistence. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Like this video, this helps me getting bubbled up in the algorithm a little bit better. And yep, as usually, subscribe and watch another video. Thank you.